Hey, okay, so we are still in a buyer's market. As we all know, in real estate, the market always changes. In 2020, it was a seller's market, as we all know. Prices were skyrocketing, sellers were making a ton of money. There weren't many deals for the buyers because homes were going under contract basically as soon as they were listed. That's not the case today in 2025. Okay? Not right now. Buyers, you have all the power. So I will stop being afraid of at least trying, because the incentives, the gifts, the specials, the negotiation power that you have right now might not be here when you think you want to try again. I have lenders that I work with all the time, private lenders, and I can say I feel sort of bad because this year I have not used as many of them as I used to. And it's not because they're not great at their job, it's just because my job as an agent is to get my buyers, when I have a home buyer, the absolute best deal as possible. I want them to save as much money as possible. And using preferred lenders right now have been the absolute best thing for my clients. The interest rates are 2 points lower than the market. They're basically paying all the closing costs, and they're working with down payment assistance. They weren't doing that before in 2020, but now I'm able to get people under contract with $1,000, not $13,000, $1,000. It is a buyer's market. Mortgages, because of the price of homes, you have to realistically know your mortgage is going to be $2,000 at least on the low end. When I'm able to say something's less than 2,000, it's still about 1,800 or more. Just being honest. Okay? So realistically, the price is the price. But getting into your home with little to nothing out of pocket, to have your closing costs paid, to have your interest rate brought down for you, that may never happen again. Not anytime soon. The difference with your interest rate is when the interest rate is a couple of points lower, you are saving $400 or more a month just in interest on your home. So that gives you more purchasing power as a buyer, because now you have a little bit more wiggle room when it comes to what your estimated mortgage payment will be. Another thing I like to look at is the price of HOAs. If we go in HOA community, townhomes tend to have higher HOA than single family homes, yet townhomes do take care of your exterior maintenance. So if you don't want to cut the grass or pay a lawman, that's taken care of. So there's always pros and cons with everything. But this is a buyer's market. Let me help you. Because taking advice from people that's not in the current market, that's not working in this current market, is a disservice to yourself. It's truly a disservice to yourself, because someone that bought a house 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago has no idea what's going on in the market today. Someone who's never purchased a home don't know what's going on in the world of real estate today in Central Florida. I work in the Central Florida real estate market. So, hey. So that market could be different from the Miami market. It could be different from the Tampa market. I'm in the Central Florida market. So in the Central Florida market is what I'm speaking on. It is a buyer's. It's a buyer's market. So again, if you are looking to purchase a home right now, the end of 2025, the beginning of 2026, before some things change in the economy, as we all know with this administration, things change all the time. But if you want to get locked in on a home that you can afford, now's the time. Okay, it's my inspector back here doing her inspection. All right, so, Ian, Contact me today and let's find your home.